And we are live. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. We're going to share and then we'll come back to you all. If you're just joining us, we want to apologize. You know, Gemini people, we own everything so we can take our own time to come when we want to come because we got it like that. But first, let's apologize because we are a little late. But you know us, when we want to be punctual, we can be punctual. We got to make sure everything is good. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to our second show, Gemini TakeOver, Gemini season. Because we are Gemini, without stopping any other horoscope from putting their own on top, we who are here tonight is a night of Geminis. It's a night of all white. You see us? You see the Gemini people? You see us here. Welcome to all of you. Of course, my name is Glendy Jane Juniors, and I'm here with my Gemini partners. There are going to be four of us tonight. We're here. I'll go to each of them to introduce themselves, however they want to introduce. This is so wherever comes. You know, Gemini, anywhere we want to go tonight, how we'll leave a lasting impression on all of you. Welcome. Next, we're going to go to Jaya. Please introduce yourself. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. You all know me. I'm Gia, the woman that can put plenty picture on Facebook, that can full up list.
Okay.
The woman
Welcome, Gia.
The woman who is fearless. You all know me. Gia, Jaconti, whatever way you want to call me. Damani. I'm Gia. It is Gemini TakeOver. You all, we welcome you all. Please enjoy the show.
Yep. Next.
You coming?
Hi, my name is Nay. A lot of you know me as Nay Peno, Pipeno Web, but my name is Nay the Storyteller. So if you want to hear stories, in the real bring Kolokwa, a storyteller woman here. Commonly known as Toodles. We're all here tonight to do all things Gemini, and we're excited to be here. Listen, you will get all versions of all tonight. The Kolokwa Tep, the series, the live reads, all kind of reads will be coming also. But we're excited to be on. Hang with us. Stick and stay. Let's have fun. Let's learn together. Welcome.
All right, we'll go to our last lady to tell us who she is.
Is that me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. This is Chef Adani. I don't know what am I supposed to say? Gemini, June 4th. Love, cooking, cleaning, hobbies, basketball, football. Mother of two beautiful girls. What else am I supposed to say?
I think that's it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this show. This is something we started last year. We wanted to talk about it. Last year's show was dedicated to demystifying all of the myths. You know, we can speak English here too, then we will speak the English. We won't go down the you know, we are very versatile, right, Titi? Very versatile.
Extremely versatile. That's what can't we do? That's why I always ask myself.
Yes, exactly. So as you can see already, last year we wore yellow. Today we're all in white. And this is the Gemini TakeOver second show. Every year we'll come all year Gemini time. So Gemini starts from May 21st to June 20th. Now let's just go straight into the show. I think it'll be good so you can get a better perspective on where we are in the Gemini month. Adani is June 4th. No, let's start from Titi first. She opens the month. Yes. Tell us when is your birthday, Nay. Nay the storyteller.
June 1st.
So Nay opens it. So you know Nay, that proper Gemini, she inside the crux of the beginning. I told you tonight I so different English we have, but I don't want thing we want.
Yeah, and clarify there's a difference between the May Gemini and June Gemini.
Absolutely. Tell them about it. Tell them about the difference from May and June.
No, I feel like the May people scared of trouble. The June people, we know the fear face. No, it's true. All the May Gemini Geminis I'm friends with, they can, let me put it in a brain where they can turn it right hard in. But you, Gemini, honey, if we send for you, don't come for us. We come with the big guns. We come packing. We're fearless in a way that we say it as it is, but we also say it in love. So that's why we can't water ourselves down. That's why we pick our battles. That's why we choose people who understand our level of crazy. Because if you can't get it, everything we say around you, trust me, you'll be a whole emotional roller coaster. Because we're not coming to be processing just to speak to you, no. So we're coming clean and straight. That's the June Geminis. May Gemini, they're a diploma. We know they do diplomatic things. We come correct.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Nate. Thank you for the description. So, Nate is June 1st. Donnie is June 4th. I am June. Well, no, let's go to Jaya first.
June 5th.
Jaya is June 5th. So we have 1, 4, 5, and Friday the 13th is me. June 13th. So you got all of us here. And just like Didi said, sometimes people don't understand us, but we're not only going to be talking about Geminis because we want people to get to know us. There are some people who do well with us, and there are some people who don't want to be part of us because they're not taking off the time to get to know us, learn about us. They think those people, they're two-faced, they're this, but we're getting to the Gemini. But first what we want to go into is the family aspect. We want to talk about families. We want to talk about growing up in Liberia, and want to talk about here, not necessarily as a Gemini parent, but just looking at the dichotomy of living in Liberia and the one living here. I told you I would speak English tonight. What it means, it means something I will throw you outside. So we want to talk about it. Let's start with Jaya, living in Liberia. And I don't know if you've lived there, but I'm sure you know about what it meant. A young girl coming up in a Liberian home in Liberia compared to a young girl as a parent. If you have a daughter or if you have a niece, raising a young girl here in America is the difference.
Okay, go to someone. I have a call. Let me take that quick, please. Go.
All right. Donnie, you got 2 daughters. So if you know anything about Liberia and Nigeria growing up, and tell us about that and tell us the difference or what are the challenges as a mother raising 2 girls that in a family. What does your family grow up look like?
You talking to me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, growing up in Liberia, my family dynamics were, my father was a giant. I would describe him as a giant because he was a father to 14 children that he took care of every one of us as if he was the father and the mother. We had Sunday prayers. Thanksgiving was my favorite holiday growing up because we had so much to be thankful for. We invited a lot of people over to our home. For me, I remember Thanksgiving, and till this day, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because of the dynamics of my father bringing everybody together during that time. Christmas was, he would tell everybody to make their Christmas list, and he would put whatever you put on that Christmas list, you got. My mother, I spent times with my mom, between my mom and my dad, because they got divorced when I was 2 years old, but I spent most of my time between both of them. But I never experienced any issues between them growing up. They shared me with so much affection growing up. There was a whole lot of discipline growing up. I remember I used to test my father because I was the youngest and he was like older. All my siblings got the brunt of him, but I was the one that I was his baby. So like I could get away with any and everything. One profound moment I remember, just to crack a joke. He had just come from the hospital because he had, complications with his heart. And I did something, and he was getting ready to raise his hand towards me. I was like, Daddy, remember you got a heart trouble? And he put his hands down. So I could get away with a whole lot of things when I, use his emotions, because I was like his baby and he took care of me. He was like the person who told me about my cycle. So I spent majority of my time with my father. So after my father passed away, my mother, with my mother, I grew up with her in Harrisburg, where the plant is, my coffee plant, the electric plant. So that aspect of life, I learned how to. My grandfather used to hunt. My mom's dad used to hunt, so he used to bring all kinds of meats for us to eat. And I remember family from my grandfather as well, because he had all these children, and we were in like a zinc shack, if you want to say a zinc shack, but he made accommodations for everybody in that one room. So it was him, his wife, his children, his grandchildren, everybody slept in that one room. And everybody ate out of one pan, that traditional Liberian community thing. And so I got that family dynamics from my grandfather and my father. And my mother, like I said, my mother was always also there. But she was also a disciplinarian. I remember when it came to academics, I came home one day with an F. And let me tell you, she whipped me good. I was trying to get away from that whipping, and so I was going to the bathroom. She followed me in the bathroom. She said, you don't have nothing to do but to study your lessons. So till this day, when I get a C, it make, when I was in school now, if I got a C, it would have had a big impact on me just because of that whipping that I got from my mom. So graduated from college, summa cum laude. But, all those things, like you were saying, the dynamics of growing up in Liberia, it was, for me, love and discipline. Love and discipline, that's the two words that resonates, and family, that resonate for me.
Okay. So what would you say? And I like that you talk about love, because we can certainly look at growing up in Liberia or having a family in Liberia it's definitely different from having a family here. But I want you to say, what are some of the things from your family grow up in Liberia that you took to implement here with your two daughters? You
One
being
thing
a
they
girl
will
child.
always tell you, that I always say to them, I don't like rude children. I always say that to them. I don't like rude children. I say I will spoil you. I'll give you whatever you want. But when it comes to disrespect, we're not having it. So they know that I don't play. And yes, what I do to them in public when they try to disrespect me, I start speaking that like raw Liberian English, and then be yelling above my normal voice. So I say, you won't embarrass me yet? I will just start embarrassing you. You won't disrespect me yet? That you have to start talking to them, so they know, for me, I love them, but I don't do disrespect.
Absolutely. Jaya, let's go to you. We're talking families. We're talking families in Liberia growing up, and then we're talking family living here in the States with your own children. What are some of those things that you were able to bring here and use on your children? Not that it will work, but we can't help it but to use it.
Right. Well, as for me, I can sit here today to say I'm blessed. I have a very strong father. My father is everything.
Wow, there sister girl dads, right? Dad girls, I see.
Anyone that knows me know that I'm crazy about my dad. I don't play about him, because everything that he has done for our entire family. My story is similar to her. My parents got a divorce at an early age, but my father was always there. And one of the fun memories that I remember in Liberia is like Christmas, going down Wallasah to go buy your Christmas outfit, cooking a big pot of food and sitting around and just having, family around, and you're going from house to house showing your clothes, what we call bluffing, and just, but my father was always there to provide for us. My mom has always been there. She'd done her part, but when it comes to his children, that come to us. One of the biggest role model that I can say today that I pray to God that God will continue to keep him is my dad. Because I was raised in a home with my stepmom, and I'm grateful because, you know, back then I didn't understand with me and my sister, me having to work and do this and do that. I didn't understand what was going on then at a young age. I just felt like, oh, I'm doing all this work. But today I can sit over here now that everything that I learned growing up, I'm able to, you know, make sure that my children are doing the same thing. One of the things I remember about my dad, I remember my brother Pa, you all know him. We was in Cathedral, and my mom, he will always go and pay our tuition for the whole year, and buy uniforms, and just make sure that we were represented well. And I remember this one time, I think he came down, he left and went to some country, and he came back, and I think one of the teachers from the school said, "Your children paid that school fee, yo." But he left the money with her. And I don't know the story, what happened. But I remember my dad coming to that school, bringing uniform and changing us on campus, making sure that what we had on was right. And he's like, you know, he ironed it, my no jump off. They plead, everything was right. And he came and, you know, and paid our tuition. And I saw other kids, you know, having to leave school because like brother man said that school fee weren't paid, but that's not something that we had to deal with. Our father was always present, and he's present to this day. And coming to my children now, me being a mom, one thing that she said, I hate a rude child, the one that talks back, disrespectful. I'm very firm. I'm very direct with my children. They're not my friends. I've told them over and over, God made me your mom for a reason, and I'm going to continue to be your mom. Yeah, right. People that some people refer to me as Air Force One when it comes to me disciplining my children, and some people. One of my big sister Marjorie, she always called me the general because I really don't play about my children and about children. Period. No child comes around me is treated differently than mine. I care about children. I love children. I love family. And I'm just grateful that I took things from my past growing up. Now I have it in my home. My son is 24 years old. He knows not to stand in front of me. And, you know, and he knows not to stand in front of me and not do what is right. I told him, I mean, you're 24 years old. You live in my home. My door is closed any time. If you come, this time I say you can't come, my friend, you got to find somewhere else to go lay your head, you know, and I just live my life based on principle, and the same thing I do with my children. I make sure that you got to respect people. My problem with somebody is not your problem. You're going to respect everyone that comes around me. You're going to be a child, and you know those are things that I stand on, and I will continue to stand until the day I die.
Thank you. I want to say welcome to those of you who just joining us. We are a group of Gemini women. We are the best month there is, the best horoscope there is. Every year we come together. We have a show as we get to the close of the Gemini season. If you were born in December and you want to celebrate Sagittarius or Capricorn at your business, we have decided on a purpose. We're intentional. We are very intentional about celebrating Gemini because people are they have a lot of myths about us. We're not here living on myths. We're the true deal, the real deal. So we celebrate Geminis, and that's why we're here tonight. We're talking different things. You hear us now. We're talking about family. We're going to go into friendship, sisterhood, and we're going to end this discussion tonight about Gemini and some of those things that you people say about us. That's not true. When a Gemini loves you, they love you for life. When you mess with that love, you will find yourself somewhere. Titi, let's go. Let's talk to you. Let's talk to you, Nay, about families in Liberia and families here in the States, and what difference it has been for you and you raising your children. What are some of those things you learned from Liberia that you've now used here for your children?
So when it comes to family dynamics in Liberia, first thing, I know we probably brought where I grew up. But I know you see love because growing up, I didn't think any of my family members loved me. No, I'm gonna be honest. The way my mom used to whip us, I never sometimes I used to doubt our Maria mom. And it wasn't because she was a bad person, it was because of discipline. That discipline has transcended and put me in different dimensions or put me in places. Some of the blessings that I have enjoyed or I am enjoying is because of the discipline, the whipping they give me when I was small, the conky here, the holy your mom, money your business. My mom is somebody who's everything is scriptural for her. So growing up, everything what she will advise you, it coming in Papa voice. She would say, either keep her in mouth, keep her in life. Everything was marvelous. Everything was marvelous. Everything. When you cause trouble and she's ready to be you, she will tell you, say, go bring a ratty. Then she quote the scripture on you. Oh my God, what was it? That's spell it wrong, it's for the child. She would say, foolishness is born in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction will drive it far away.
Coming on.
She has scripture basically for everything. I'm saying that to say, so growing up, I never felt love by my mom because I thought, they were more working us. But now as a mother, now as an adult, I can look back every day and I can tell her, oh my, thank you. I remember I refused to learn to cook. I said I wasn't going to learn to cook. I'm smart. People are going to work for me in life. Mama said, okay, we'll see before you leave my house so that you will not know how to cook. And so I deliberately made the effort up till I was 16 years old. I told myself I will not cook. I mean, they will teach me. They will say, can't hold a pot. 2 days, I mean, they can face all the things in my face. But I say, you already know Gemini put the stuff on it. When we say we're not interested, we're not interested. Mama said you will learn to cook. For your 16th birthday, every birthday, she will ask you what you want. So that year, I don't remember what I said. She said, oh, let me tell you the gift I got for you that year. I was so excited. I said, what's that? She said, you will learn to cook the year, the birthday gift I get for you. And lo and behold, my dear, every soup imaginable to the Labrim society, I learned to cook it before I became 17. Just as she made her promise, she lived up to it. That cooking has put me in places. The book can say when you wash your hands, you can eat with kings and queens. That cooking that I hated my entire life has given me jobs, have connected me with people, have put me in places. Me who hated cooking, I mean cooking carried to places. So growing up, that was my childhood. My dad and my mom separated when I was around 7, 8. And so we lived with our mom. But my mom was somebody who had an entrepreneur spirit. So my mom literally could turn water into wine. I remember around the age of 10, 11, my mom bought these tubs, these really large tubs. And she would make Kool-Aid in these tubs. And she would put them down. There was 3 of us growing up, 3 girls. My mom gave each of us 1 tub to tie Kool-Aid. And I'm like, why the woman wicked lady? Oh, our friend and us are playing dodgeball, keeper. And we inside, we messing lapata, we tie Kool-Aid. You want to tie that Kool-Aid, you can't get us. That was the beginning of my entrepreneur journey. My mom made dry rice and fried fish. She would sell it. Literally anything that could sell. She would say, any hustle that's legal, I'm interested. And that was something I also learned growing up. That so long as your hands can do it, listen, it can make money, use it to make money. Because I always used to say, I will not learn anything, ma. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be like you. I'm smart. I will go to school. I will learn book. My book will work for me. She will say, my child, in the learn book, not everything. You got to be a complete woman. Then I would say, oh, people got more cooking for them. She would say, cooking is a life skill. Everything you say to this woman, she will find a way around it. But I'm saying that to say that was what made me grounded. The discipline, the correction, the whipping. I didn't see the love, but now looking back, I realized a lot of African parents were not expressive when it comes to showing love.
Yes.
We show love in different ways. So an African mom can say, oh, if I didn't love you, I was going to pay rent, I was going to send you to a good school, I was going to be finding food for her to eat. But I realize now that I have kids, we have to verbalize these things. You got to actually say, I love you, I'm proud of you, I want to celebrate you. Same way, and I tell my children all the time, I say, same way I can use my motto, yeah, but you ain't doing the thing I'm doing. You ain't doing what I ask you to do. I can blast when I'm upset. I should also be able to praise when something good is done. And that is where I think as African parents, we lacked. That is what I didn't see. Because even if you go to school and you bring A on A, and you bring a report card and look at it and say, well, what do you, ma, because so A, she happy for you, and at school, what do you expecting to bring here? You're coming to see, I'm coming to whip you. They don't even see that you're making an effort. They don't see it. It's not that they don't see it, that that's what I expect from you. I expect otherwise. But now we have to change that dynamics. So as a mom, there's certain things I'm doing differently. I will yell at you. I will blast at you. I will quarrel with you when you're not doing what I say. But when you're doing what I say and you're showing up, we're going to recognize your effort. We're going to say, good job. I'm proud of you. Oh, my God, look at you shining. Look at you glowing. And these are things I had to learn, relearn and unlearn some things. Another thing is growing up, the whipping, the partisanship. Nowadays, we're dealing with, we couldn't talk. Most of us grew up in the times where we're told, I want you to be seen, not heard. We're raising children now who, whether you want to hear it or not,
they will tell you.
They're very outspoken. They're big on their emotions. People hurt us. So long as somebody order you the wrong you said and say, go there and enter sorry, like enter she order you that be pussy. In this day and age, the children don't take that. They will tell you straight to your face, I like her, but I don't think I should apologize. I didn't do anything wrong. When we look at it closely, she wrongs me. Or he wronged me. Maybe he should say sorry. Maybe you need to be honest with yourself and say sorry. Sometimes we might have issues with other adults, maybe their friends or stuff, and I want you to listen to that conversation. They tell you straight to your face, I don't think you should be friends with this person. I don't think they got your best interest at heart. Because I say, shut up, your mind, not for saying that people talk, but you know exactly what I'm trying to say. It's the truth. They're outspoken. They say it as it is. That's one thing I admire about this generation of children. That's one thing we never had privilege of saying exactly the way we felt. Because if you open your mouth and say exactly the way you felt, my dear, equal talking muscle rep. Your butt will get ready for the soaking. Your butt will get ready for the soaking. So there's some things I love about this generation, the outspokenness, the standing on what they believe in, saying their truth. Those are things the children stand on. I mean, you can hear young girls now, they say proudly, I got nieces. My daughter's not an adult yet, but I got nieces who are adults and say, listen, I'm not having any children. I watch your struggle to raise children. I'm not doing that. Or I'm going to have children when I'm ready. I'm not going to let peer pressure say, oh, you 20, you marry yet. You just, no. No amount of peer pressure is going to push me into forcing myself to have children. So these children, their mind is fixed. They're set on their goals. And it may not be all of them, but most of them, they know what they want. They're set on, even if that thing don't make sense to us, the children will look in your face and tell you, listen, it makes sense to me. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but this is the direction in which I'm going. That was something we did not have. So, I mean, these are just some of the dynamics that I experienced growing up in Liberia. Other than that, it was sweet growing up in Liberia. We could play outside. Now, that was the positive. The negatives is, the positive for Liberia, we could play outside. Everybody was your parents. Anybody could discipline you and put you back on track. Here, that dynamics is not possible. Your children going to play outside, they're not adult. You have to be there watching them like little dogs. You got to keep all your eyes open. You got to literally put a leash on them. You got to know where they are at all times. You got to keep tabs. Even when they're adults, you worry because we live in a society where anything can happen. That's the dynamics that I don't like, but that's the society that they're in. I also don't like that they can play outside. Our generation, we play. I mean, we enjoy our childhood. I don't know for other people, but I play. My dear, I play till sleeper will cut, the lights will come on. You will come in, take shower before you will come in. The kids here, all they want to do is sit behind TV and play on gadgets. They got no friends. They got no social skills. So those are things that we don't like because we play so much. We interacted with other people. So our social skills is way there. You can walk into a room of group of young children, everybody on their phone. Everybody on their phone, everybody on their gadget. They might be playing game together, they might be communicating, but they're all privately set apart. We all go into space and be like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? So it's different for us. And that dynamics is what I think as Liberian parents or as African parents, we need to join and help our children socially because they are struggling. They don't know how to make friends. And that's why people now prefer dating up the real life. Somebody say, hi, I like you, because they don't know how to be social. So let me turn the team back over to Boss Lily. So Boss Lily can talk.
Beautiful. I think we touched a little bit about everything. I want to talk just a little bit about my family. Growing up, we were two girls. My mother had two children in the house of my dad. I talk a little bit about it today. I like to refer to myself as the love child. So my mother was in BWR in the 12th grade when she met my dad, who was a freshman in LU, went to play a game, met my mom, impregnated my mom, and she had to get married. So it's not, so it's like she wasn't ready, but her parents, those are some of the disciplines that they had. You pregnant my daughter, you're not leaving her here. This, you can't do it. It's like people already knew. I had some young friends who had to get married because that was the age, that was the time. You're not going to go pregnant somebody's daughter, you're not getting married. So that was what happened to my parents. I had a sister. So my sister, we were two direct opposite. Believe it or not, I was very introvert growing up, extremely quiet. People who know me, they wonder now what happened today. I was so quiet. How I flipped, and that's a story for another day, was when I went to Cottonton. I became loud to save myself on Cottonton. So that's a different story. So it's like, and then one of the things I growing up was we were so independent in the home that we didn't have, I like to refer, I have my bed, I have my things. You know, we the Gemini people, we lack our things.
Oh yeah, man.
To cross boundary, to wear my earrings. You have to, I'm a Gemini, my two daughters are Gemini. Sometimes they're free-handed, they will take stuff out, look at it, isn't that my t-shirt? My daughter like, no, it's not. So we're so possessive. My sister and I, we struggle with that because my sister was born in April. And here I was born in June, very territorial with my things. And my sister just could not understand. She felt I was just so mean on material things.
Selfish.
Yeah, it's like, why are you so mean? It's just a t-shirt. No, it wasn't just a t-shirt.
You have my t-shirt.
So, yeah, it was my t-shirt. That's some of the things I grew up. One of the things I wish we had in Liberia is the connection with your grandparents. The grandparents, we may not have felt. My mother is Crew, so you already know. My father was from Grand Bassa. He was the softer version. My mother was the hot version. It's the hot version now. She's quieted down because she's older. But my father, there was nothing I wanted I didn't get. But if you didn't have it that way with my mother, she would ask you 100 questions as to why you get it. Before you even go into ask her, you would think many times. And you would find a way how to ask her, and then in the end you will decide you're not going to ask her for that. So you will do it all because you won't go through all of the stories. But my grandparents were the one that, and if you have grandparents and you live in Liberia, you can relate that they were the ones that showed the love. They were the one that would baby you. Like I learned how to sew from my grandmother. I learned how to bake from my grandmother, and she would do it easily, pleasantly. If you did it wrong, that's fine. My mother not coming to go buy her flour and her egg and her tea. You go waste it, you make the bread. That trouble.
I'll show you something, man.
So that's one of the things I miss. I miss the fact that we could not bring that living with your grandparents on this side. And even if you brought it here, it was so different because even the grandparents here on this side, some of them have to work.
We hustling, man.
Yeah, they have to work. So that piece of it was really difficult. I've tried. As for the yelling part, it's
a Liberian thing.
It's a Liberian thing.
Definitely is.
Like my son,
I can tell my daughter it's a Liberian mother thing. We don't know how not to yell. When you trigger us, our calming mechanism, we scream.
We don't know. My son can, and every now and then my son can remind, because my kids are young adults now. So it's like I have to get to the place where even though sometimes I still yell, but my son will right away, he will remind me, calm down. You don't have to yell. I'm right here.
If you do the right thing, I will not be yelling.
Yeah, you always put me in check. So it's like that difference is like we growing up, we were adapted to that yelling in Liberia.
It was
a way of life.
No more
That's true.
It was a way of life. Yeah, you can't just yell at the children. First of all, you're telling them something like once or twice. My daughter would say something. I'm like, why was she so rude to me? But she was just being blunt, and we don't understand that where we've come from. So being a parent or living in Liberia is so different. And some of us came here and we had to really struggle to get things going, to get stuff done, that we didn't have the time, Nate said, we didn't have the time to be able to incorporate some of the things we had to bring it here, because you don't got time for training children. Because you gotta work. You got to do 2-3 jobs. You got to hustle. And the children, they don't understand where you've come from. So it's like, this is not how we did it. This is what they learned. So there's a difference in the families and the relationships we have in family. Nowadays, you don't have cousins. You got people in Liberia. You crazy to stop speaking to your cousin in Liberia?
Your cousin or your sister. Your cousin or your sibling.
You crazy to even start speaking to your aunt? Or to be upset with your mom in Liberia, who fool you, they will call you, they will disgrace you right in front of all those people. But you would not even think about it, that it would not even cross your mind in Liberia that I'm not going to speak to her. Or my cousin will not speaking, or she made me vex. Because you would know it. Here you will say, I ain't trying to stress, you want to go, you go. So that's the way of life we've adopted. I want to go back on the love aspect that Nate talked about. And I think when we look back now, when they said growing up, the things the mother was doing didn't express love. And we all experienced that.
I didn't feel loved.
I don't even know if I remember my mom or my dad saying, I love you. I just know my father loved me.
Thank you. You imagine the love you give it to yourself.
Yes. They will say, but yeah, you say, and now even sometimes when you say to the children we have here, like if you want to hug, like sometimes I want to hug my kids, like, ew.
What you want? What do you want? Most of the time, what do you want? What do you need? What do you want to ask for?
There you go. Hey, my daughter can say, Mommy, you okay? Everything's good? You're becoming weird. I said, am I hugging, man? She said, no, you're actually acting weird. Daddy, your wife okay? I said to girl, come here. Your mom wants to be locked out. No. Because we don't do it frequently. Yes, and I have to say, I don't know, Emma. I'm not using you to practice. Aleni. Nobody hugged me when I was small. Nobody said, "Can sit down on my lap." Nobody gave me flowers. And now I'm trying to do things differently. So
another thing, another thing, growing up in families, I don't think we were given choices.
No,
I don't think you were not given choices.
That be English.
Not at all.
Choices.
No.
This is what you have to do, and that was it. You didn't even have the tenacity to say, I'm not doing nothing.
From your food to your clothing, you did not have no choice. There was no allergies. Choice. There was no nothing. You eat what is put on your plate, and you finish it.
That's what you're gonna eat.
Thank you. As for clothes, if you look it, you must have been really good or loved for them to carry you out to pick something to wear. Because most times they pick it, they bring it. If they can't pay you, they roll the trust it. So they talk it down. Now the children using it for fashion, but before, when they try to pick it up, so and pull it down to hold your weight, or they bend it in, and 2-3 times it becomes smaller. They will find a way for it to fit you. In fact, when you want people, you will wear that clothes 3-4 times before your natural body fit into it.
Biola is saying what they call, which is true. Biola is saying what they call choice. We didn't have choices.
Wow.
Yeah, you wear what they give you. And this is another thing now. You know, the children here now, it's like my kids for a long time. First of all, they don't eat pig feet. They say that they were small, they say that chicken feet, pig feet. Like in Liberia, if you have pig feet and chicken feet, you better be happy because they're not coming to ask you what meat you eating.
Okay.
Whatever they provide is what you have to eat. There was no,
That's true.
but it's like looking back nowadays, do you feel
We were abused, man. Don't be scared to say we were abused. We were abused. It's okay. We got trauma. We living with some trauma. We were abused.
A lot of
tell
trauma.
you, a lot of trauma,
That
a
is
whole
true,
lot
right?
of trauma.
That
It's
is
like
true.
the question I wanted to ask is when you look back at growing up, yes, Sharon said, Sharon is saying, "Nay, it's too funny." You ain't one nay, man.
We
Nay
living
is
with
tough.
trauma. I was saying, pray for her, and now you say, "Oh, yeah, it's not for."
But when you growing up like in Liberia and now having your own children, sometimes every now and then I find myself doing things that I wish my parent had done to me.
Thank you.
That's true.
It's
Example.
like I'm trying to do it, and I'm like, if they had done this, what would it have been for them to just do that? What would it have meant for them to say,
Nothing.
"Oh, I
They
love
just
you"? What
didn't
would it
want
have
to.
meant to say, "Do you want to go to this school?" Like my children, my kids, if they won't go to church, they go. They don't want to go. You had choice to go to church. You're going to
You
church.
didn't have no choice. I could
So
give you a story about church.
yeah, I want us to talk a little bit about that. It's like, do you find yourself every now and then wishing that there were things that you wish your parent would have done? Let's start with you, Nate.
Number one, bringing other people to live in our house with all our concerns.
Yeah.
That made us to lack plenty things.
That's
And
true.
I'm not saying it because I'm being selfish. I'm just saying it because now that I know, I remember even riding bicycle. I never rode bicycle or never learned to ride bike until in my teenage years when I went to spend time in Cinco. Not even spend time, but spend a day. And I paid my own $5 for 3 rides. From 10th Street, Cinco down to the beach. You go 1, you go 2, you go 3. I learned to ride bicycle. I'm saying that to say because every time we ask our mom to buy a bicycle, my mom would say, I know I can buy a bicycle for everybody. Well, yeah, I cannot go and buy one thing for somebody and leave the other children out. So a lot of us were deprived from enjoying our parents' love and for them to celebrating your birthdays, taking you on trips, because there were so many of you that they were first to say, I can't wait for your one, to wait for the other people. So because the other people are your children, I am yours. Now in 2020 vision hindsight, when something happens to our mothers now, our fathers, who show up? Yeah.
That's
The
you.
cousins, all the people they raised. How many of them now can look back and say, that my uncle the one where sweat got me to where I am? Only your own children show up for you.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a choice.
Yeah.
But growing up, that was my number one thing, following the house with people.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Following the house.
Mine too.
But I don't want to talk too much about that because I'm even guilty of it here. I brought that same thing here.
No. I strike on that one. Nope.
All right, Jaya, what you want to say, Jaya? Is there something you want to add? Like, do you find yourself thinking, why didn't my parents do this? Like Biola said, I like what Biola wrote here. She said, we were abused. So it's sad that the statutory date for people to be charged has expired.
Yeah, it's long gone. That's true.
Okay, Jaya.
Some of them dead.
Yes.
Like
Jaya,
Ned said, my dad have always been a people, when it came to family, everyone. Like even coming to America, he made sure that he got his nieces, his nephews, everybody on board. So it was always the house full with, cousins, but we were all sisters and brothers. My dad made sure that whatever he got for this person is like, I didn't feel that one-on-one connection to where I'm your child, I'm your daughter, So this cup here should just be for me. I shouldn't have to share this cup, with all my cousins and all my.
My powerhouse here. You can't even say like your mom or your powerhouse.
No, I mean that's something we weren't even able. We wouldn't be allowed to say that this is my father bought this. My father was the one that went to the market. He provided the money to go to the market to feed us today, But now, like you said, I'm learning now, like sometimes it took me a while, like to say, I love you, to ask my kid, what's bothering you? Can you talk to me? That's something we didn't have. It's like, your parents didn't even care. I mean, if you had a problem, and even if you expressed what you had in mind, they look at it as being disrespectful. So we didn't have a voice. Okay. So like Bella said, yeah, we were abused.
Adani?
Well, I have a different perspective because, like I said, my father had 14 children and he took care of all of us in one house. So as far as community and friends and sharing and all that, it didn't become a problem for me. I think for me, I people being around me, family, people who know me, they know me, and my family is so important to me. My nieces, my nephews, my siblings, they all know I'm the one who would always try to bring everybody together, so we can continue, because we're a small generation. My father, I have 14 children. I think we're now probably 8 or 7. But it's important for me to bring my nieces and nephews together because they're all over the place in the United States, and some of them they know of each other, but they don't know each other. So for me, I share a different view. I share kindness to any and everybody, and sometimes to a fault. I remember when my mom passed away and I was going through therapy, and because it impacted me so much, and the therapist was like, you have a codependency problem. So I had to learn how to live without people around me, lack of a better word. So I had to make decisions based on me and not everybody else. Yes. And till this day, I still struggle with that, because when I love we're all Gemini. When we love hard. Yes, and when we break that bond, it does, even though we can be like, oh yeah, I'm done with you, but it still has an adverse effect on our emotions and all that. So I have a different perspective, where I had a lot of people around me because of my growing up with my siblings.
Okay, so let's move into.
We not. First of all, you are last child, so you could get away with it, so you were enjoying. So don't compare yourself to a show where I own it. But what we're trying to say is that we're not mad at the problem. I think the place I'm speaking from is mostly deprivation. There were things that they could have done if it was just their children. Like maybe celebrating a birthday for you.
I get it.
Buy you a bicycle. They couldn't do it because you're 17 in the house.
But it was different for me.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe your household, your power was be minister or be government position. But so it was different. If you came from a flow of cash where the money was there, you could buy 200 for bicycle and no problem. But if you came from a household where only the papa won't holding it down, only your mind you got, and your mind is the one making it happy. And then woman decide that her live 200 salary, she want help all sister children plus her brother children plus her own children, and she got it to the point that my mom would cook and visitors. Imagine my mom would cook and sell to the neighborhood and say, I say, you go see what I clean over there, man. I see her long time. Maybe she hungry. You want what I do call it, cause she had a red that we eat. Why you calling people for? Oh no! This is reality, man.
Yes. For those of you watching, this is our Gemini TakeOver show, Gemini season TakeOver show. We are all Geminis. We were all born in the month of June. Neo is June 1st. Adani is June 4th. Jaya is June 5th. And I am June 13th. And we do this every year. We come out. Last year we started this. We came out in yellow. Tonight we're here in white. This is Nay's color for the month. White. So we're here tonight. We're talking different things. We're talking about family. We're gonna go down to friendship. I want Nate to take care of this friendship session. I want Nate to run this friendship session.
I agree.
Yes.
You handle it.
So let's spread it on. Nate is gonna handle the friendship part. Then we're going to go to fun. JR will do fun. And then we're going to go to food because we want to be healthy. And that would be a dining session for the food. She will take care of the food aspect. And once we're done with those sessions, let me tell you, we're now going to go into the Gemini behaviors and tendency. Listen, we're Geminis. We love our month. We are the first. We are the best. We are the most able. We can do what we like. Nobody's stopping you from going to celebrate your own month. Take it over, Nate.
All right, we're talking about friendship now. You know, I like to talk about the bad thing before we talk about the good thing. How many of you have lost? How many? My first question would be to all of you ladies. When it comes to friendship, how many of you have lost friendships just because people did not understand you or misinterpreted what you said or did not do? Want to get clarity? Maybe. Yes. Okay. So I'm not knowing anything. Okay. All right. Okay. Good. I wanted to start on that note because when it comes to friendship, and I always say there are different categories of friendship. But I think with our librarian mindset, we have to put everybody in the same boat. One, as Geminis, I think our weakness is we like to connect people that don't belong in the same place. Jesus. And it always come back to kick us in the butt. I've learned that lesson the hard way. So I would meet Glenda and I would meet Gia. I said, oh, I think I need to bring Glenda and Gia together so we can be friends. We quick to start bringing people together. Forgetting to know that my friendship with Gia and how I understand her might be different from her dynamics with Glenda. So let's take friendship away. What can we say about friendships when it comes to each of us? What are the good and the bad when it comes to friendship with us? I'm going to start with you, Glendy. Why are you smiling? Friendship, good, bad.
Friendship. Let me start with the good. I like being friends with people. And I like I don't know how to have one friend. Now, I don't know whether that's a good thing or that's a bad thing, but I think everyone, and in my own opinion, I have a friend for every aspect. So I know I have a friend that I can go into and tell her anything. Sharon is one that I can tell Sharon anything, and Sharon reciprocates it because she can be able to tell me exactly what she thinks about me. I call her the New Yorker. You piss Sharon off, you're a friend, you're a sister. She's not even going to hide it. She's going to tell you, you're going to know. She's not keeping speech from you. And that's the kind of sister who I respect for Sharon, because she's not going to keep speech from you. She's going to tell you straight up, sis, I noticed something, what's going on? So that friendship, I have people think, oh, you're friendly with everybody. No, there's a purpose in my life for everybody that I have. I try to treat everybody at a great level. But I think I am a friend to everyone. The bad side is that sometimes people mistreat me because I'm friends with so many people and they can't take that. But a friend who really loves you and who I think loves me will be accommodating that Glenda is everybody's friend and she wants to be friendly with everybody. So no need to be upset with her. I think that is the bad thing. And I've grown to the place now where I've tried not to let other people's interpretation of how close I am with them to influence who I am. Because when you do that, it's like then you change and you become somebody altogether different. And it's not you. You're projecting. Now I'm behaving because JR wants me to be this person. JR friend, I let Nate, but because I JR friend, I gotta be Nate friend. We're not doing that. We can't do that. So it's like I don't have to be friends with Nay, but I can be JR's friend and be okay with JR telling me about Nay. And that's the thing. And some of the thing I don't understand, what I always have a problem with is if you are my friend. And that's why I always like to go back to Sharon. Because there have been one or two times where there was something that had to be said and she said it and we move on. What I don't understand with friendship is if I say that you're my friend and that's the negative aspect of it, then we should not get to the place where we're keeping speech. We should not get to the place where we're not able to hash it out and get it done. Because the thing about, yes, you do. You tell me, you say, yeah, all right. She said, I tell you the truth. She'll tell you. Sharon would, I love Sharon. She would tell you straight up. She does say, I'm a grown ASS woman. I'm here to play this. Why you did this? Why you did that? And that's what you appreciate about that. But I think that's the problem I have. And it's like, it takes a long time for me as a Gemini to get upset. People think Geminis get upset easily, but things that really upset you to move away from, it's a long rope.
Yeah.
And then once you do that and you put that Gemini in that space, you're done. And that is a test. I like people. I like a lot of people, but I want people. The negative thing is people are not able to accept me for me. And that's the problem for me when it comes to friendship. That's
Talk to us. What's your good? What's your bad? Any similarities with what Glendy said?
It's a lot. I mean, friendship. Do I really need to touch on this?
I don't know what you repeated the word friendship.
Friendship. I mean, I'm sure I've heard of. As for me, when it comes to friendship, I love deep. And if I call you my friend, you're actually my friend. Jesus. Friendship.
I feel you. I feel you.
You want me to go on to Chef Adani and come back to you? You still processing your thoughts?
Friendship. You know what
I don't give me here today, huh?
You know what I respect in friendship. One of the problems I have, if I call you my friend, you're my friend. And I believe I'm not perfect. So if I cross your path, if I've done something wrong to you, I would appreciate it if you come and tell me.
Tell me.
And not everybody.
Yeah,
thank you.
That part.
Because the issue is with me. Let me address it. Don't go ahead and tell John, Peter, and Paul. And then I'm hearing that you have issues with me from John, Peter, and Paul. And not you. The one that have an issue with me. Jesus, friendship. What I find
friendship full of my friend Muff.
What I find
we're talking friendship.
We're talking friendship. We're talking friendship. I would go above and beyond for my friends. You know, I would do that. The good part is I go above and beyond. I would take the clothes off my back if I call you a friend or if I call you a sister, because I have so much love in me. My heart is so big. But what I notice about people is that they look at it as like, you know, when you're trying to be that friend, like I'm the friend that you can call if you need me at any time to do anything. If I have it, I will. And if I can't, I would find means, you know, to try to get it done for you. But what I've noticed in our community, this Liberia community here, there's a lot of pretense when it comes to friendships. You know.
Hallelujah. Just say amen.
Amen.
Inconsistencies, you know, inconsistency. People pretend to love you to your face. Turn your back at something else. I believe if you call me your friend, you should defend me in a room that I'm not in.
Amen.
You know. Amen. But you can sit in a room that my name is being dragged. You're part of that conversation, but you're my friend. And then when you call me, you know, you're my sister. I love you. I love you. But when my name was being dragged, the very sister that loved me and cared about me didn't stand up to say, I'm not going to be a part of this. And we are lacking a lot of that in this whole like, you know, people are not genuine. You know, people are not honest with people to call their friends. You know, people keep a lot of grudge. And I'm getting to a place in my life. I don't believe friendships should have to be to where take for tat. You know,
Yeah.
to where I don't believe friendships should be based off of that. I have so many knives in my back. I can't begin to count them.
Ooh.
Let me sit down straight.
Mm.
Man.
But one thing I've said to myself, and I continue to say to myself over these years, and as I get older, I am not worried about those knives. I'm worried about what's before me. You know, I shouldn't come to your house and you give me a cup of water, and when I leave, everybody know I was there drinking a cup of water from your house.
Wow.
My children should be your children. Your children should be my children. What you would do for yours, do it for mine. Because knowing me, people that know me knows I go above and beyond. But I hit. Oh my God! I hit.
All right.
I hit fakeness, and we have a lot of that in our community.
That part.
People are so fake that this mustard color that we call it red.
Woo! Because are you holding this? Because are you holding this red? Everybody will be yellow.
And then, and then when you have all these knives in your back and you begin to go out and like defend yourself, now you're causing trouble. You're the troublemaker. You don't know how to keep friendship. But I've kept it together so long, but I can't do it anymore. So for me, friendship, I can go on and on.
Yeah.
We'll leave it right there.
All righty.
Chef, give it to us. Take it away. What is friendship for you? Good, bad, ugly? What does friendship mean to you? You know they would have to do that more right to us.
Yeah, the same narrative.
Okay.
Okay.
She says, I've learned now to meet friends where they are, realizing that not everyone you call a friend is actually claiming you as a friend.
Okay.
There's so much truth to that. Huh?
I said that part.
There's so much truth to that in my world, as a grown adult. You know what I'm saying? So I think the disappointment is expectations for me.
Yes.
Because like she said, how you go above and beyond for someone, you expect them to do the same thing when that situation arises for you. And is not it. It's not it at all. So yeah. I do a lot of meditations. I do a lot of affirmations as far as, like I say, growing up, I was surrounded by people. And that's why for me, friendship also builds that community for me. I share myself with any and everyone, but sometimes I don't feel that it's reciprocated. So I've learned over the years to channel my energy, to channel my peace, to channel, it's a lot. It's a lot when expectation leads to disappointment. It's a lot. And then the disloyalty, sometimes I say to myself, I don't have a law degree. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an engineer. If you put it in the Liberian terms, she's a cook. But yet and still, my light shines in some people are offended by that light. I ain't got nothing, to be honest with you, just the grace of God that I walk in the genuine. I don't have nothing. I had no mom, got no
You have
pa.
plenty. You got a lot. To be genuine, you can't find, it's rare nowadays, so you have a lot.
But I
You
think,
have a lot.
I just think it's thank you. So I've just learned to stay in my lane, reciprocate what I receive,
Matching energy.
and not, go above and beyond. Yeah, pretty much. It's tough though. It's tough because you wanna give. You wanna because like she said, your heart is so full. You wanna give, but you gotta hold back the certain people because you understand that the energy is not matching. So I'll leave it there.
Okay. All of you have spoken on friendship and the different things. For me, I think when was it? When I hit 35, I told myself that F friendship. And I don't mean it in a bad way. Because I think I've been privileged since my 20s to find a friend, a best friend. So I had my best friend who passed away after my wedding. So I lost a girl best friend. Then my husband decided he was going to step up and be my friend. And I think that put me in a different place because we're really friends outside our relationship. We're friends. I mean, friends to the level we can talk any and everything and stuff like that. So I'm grounded in friendship to a way that I don't think friends can affect me anyway again. One of the things I've learned, and my husband had to tell me that most times it's us who choose people for friends. But most times you will ask me, did this person choose you for their friend? Because sometimes it's us who thinking in our minds that, oh, I'm a girl, I'm a friend, yeah, I'm a sister. But is that person choosing you to be their sister, to be their friend, to be their girl? Or are you just trying to fill
That's
up
profound.
space or take up space? That's some of the hard questions we need to ask ourselves. Because sometimes we've been riding so hard for other people and they're giving us signals that they're not riding for you. They're giving you excuses. They're not showing up. And you stay there and you say, oh, maybe it's just me. Maybe she will cheat. We do that to ourselves. And that's why when our feelings hurt, then we get upset. Or sometimes we get withdrawn. But sometimes we put ourselves in these situations. I'm saying that to say it may not be your situation. Because most of it, especially I was related to Gemini women. Our love, and I joke around all the time, I say my love is big enough to share. So big enough to share. I mean, Glenna said that she don't have one friend. I got a lot of different friends, but everybody got their own place in my heart. And that's how I treat people who I'm friends with. I don't want you having only me for friend. Trust me, I can't deal with it. Because when you calling me with all your different things, I have your friend who you can talk about your pastor with. Have your friend who you can talk about this one with. Have me for a purpose. And you feeling depressed, call me, we'll talk crap, we'll laugh, we'll joke around. I'm that friend who will give you the advice straight head on. I'm not worried about your feelings. I'm not worried about how you will take it. Like don't speak to me tomorrow. We're not stressed about that. We're going to give it to you straight. And as the English book can say, we can start with a sentence with all due respect. But I thought that one, of course, you can say with all due respect. But you're going to get it. I guarantee you that you're going to get it. With that being said, I appreciate friends who will tell me with all due respect and give it to me straight. I admire friends like that. Because people who want to see you grow and excel will give it to you straight. They're not going to sugarcoat it for you. Anybody who's sugarcoating and worry about your feelings, they're not helping you in life. They're trying to see you go down the drain. So I don't want friends in my circle who are not honest with me. Gia, I can relate because I also want friends who, if I do something to you, step up to the plate. Because if you cross me, honey, I'm going to dial your number and say, Gia, man, you okay? We can talk quick. Maybe you to work and says we can talk a little bit quick, 5 minutes. So what you say what happening to you? Send me now to be test now, man. I mean, we're getting to the point. You may say, oh, need to play. I can't talk right now, man. I yell. But don't think I will lead it to you. I will call you again 2 days from now. Okay, I tell. But if you choose that in that friendship, the level of respect I've given you, that you're going to step back and withdraw. Umbano, chief of withdrawal method, stand before you right here. No, and that's not a good thing. But I mean, if you withdraw without saying anything, I'm going to automatically assume you're going through something right now. Maybe you don't want to be bothered. You don't want to talk about it. So I'm going to give you space. You want space, sister? Space is yours. Guaranteed. And that's a bad thing. Because sometimes people come back and say, oh, Nay, I was going through something. You should. Why you reach out to me? But yeah, because you withdrew. For me, it's childish. If we're friends and there's something going on, please tell me. Please do not waste your time to pass around and tell people because you're just making me famous. You talking to other people about me. I know how you get feelings because me, I don't know. If you talk about me to Glenn and you reach to me, you're making me famous. Ain't got nothing to do with me. You got something to tell me? Say it with your full chest. Say it to my face. We can handle it as adults. If I'm also wrong, I'm not too big to say I'm sorry. I'm going to say sorry. Maybe that day I dream my leg Guinness or not to myself. So that you know that sister can talk with Tine. She was not to herself. I'm sorry. You get pissed. I respect their friendship. I wanted to chakra. Or I didn't see it that way. I'm also that friend if I'm between 2 friends that don't talk. I will try to make peace. Because I realize that's one of the things in our community we don't do. We're quick to take side.
Yes.
In power that does not concern you.
Concern you.
Preach.
We are quick to take sides in flower that does not concern you. We need to, as sisterhood, as friends, step back. If you can't solve it, step back. Do not, you can say, oh, I don't want to be in the midst of your thing, but are you throwing the news between Glenn and Gia? When you go to Gia, you hear Hossa, you come to Glenn, you throw in the back and forth, you claiming. I don't want to be in the middle or nothing that's going on. I don't want to be involved. How are you not involved when you're throwing the news?
Yes.
Duh. On the rock can say duh.
Preach.
But again, this is the society we find ourselves in. And sometimes as Gemini people or Gemini women, when we fall in those categories, we're not honest to be honest and say it. I'll give you a typical example. So I'm friends with 2 different women. One was dating this guy, had a child by him. The relationship, it did not work out and it separated. This guy is dating somebody else now, probably married to that person, and they've moved on. I'm friends with these 2 women. I was friends with the first person longer than I've been friends with the second person. Both ladies have tried their best not to put me in the flower, but I've also not inserted myself. So yes, what I did. When the second lady was bringing friendship to me, I went to the first lady. I said, listen, the person seemed really cool, and I like to be their friend. And I'm going to be their friend. I'm just giving you heads up. Because I don't want you to see them comment on my post on Facebook, and you think I'm playing games. I'm not. But what we have discussed or what we talk, you're not going to hear it there. And what I person and myself will talk, don't think I will ever bring it to you. So we don't know. Most times I think our problem is we don't know how to separate in friendship. We're not mature enough to unpack things. We feel like the way to get Glennie's attention is to carry Gianni. No.
Yes.
Nah. I can be friends with Glennie. I can be friends with Gia. Me and Gia can go to our liquor. We party. We draw our set. I move from there. I go to Glennie. I enjoy my set. I can separate myself from friendships. Nobody will ever tell you since I've been friends with people. I got friends for 42, 43, 44 years ago. I've been friends with. I'm still friends with today. The worst thing they will tell you, they will say, don't waste your time. She will not get involved. Because if I've tried to make peace and you resist the peace, honey, I'm not in your blood. But don't think I will call a switch with Glennie because I want Gia. No. And Gia, you don't think that I'm going to call a switch from. No. I'm not getting involved. But what I'm not doing is not throwing news. Another thing I've seen, and this is my last point on friendship, I've seen in our community is this hierarchy of I am a doctor, I am a lawyer, you are a CNA. No, I came to it. Because that nothing, and I came to America, that's when I realized here It's where women do that clique and class. But yeah, you are not classic if you don't have friends in different categories. And every time I get a chance to speak on this, I speak on that. Because you need a CNN friend, you need a data friend, you need a lawyer friend, you need a minister. That's how I grew up. And maybe because I came to America way in my late 30s, so I understand friendship dynamics different from the one I met here. With that being said, I think that is the problem we have with friendships. People are quick to think they're better than other people, especially the women. I've been in gathering with men. One man there can be doctor, one be lawyer, one be police officer, one be cleaner, one be security. Those men they meet, they talk sports, they talk their football, they smoke their cigar, they drink their liquor. They're cool. You won't see nobody talk about how much degree they get, who wear doctor cap, who don't wear, who education low, who high. No, I've not seen it with a men. But with women, I've walked into rooms where the first thing they will address, they will announce themselves is, hi, nice, oh, I'm Nay, oh, I'm Dr. This. But yeah, we're talking doctor tonight. Because I say a doctor, D-A-H-T-O-R, my own. Doctor. For the bro, a doctor. No, but and that's the dynamics with the sisterhood. I think that's complicating things. Because yeah, you press on it when you meet people where they are. And you love people for who they are, their authenticity, their genuineness. I listen to you, Chef Adini, and you mentioned that, oh, I ain't got nothing. But yeah, you have a lot to offer. There is loyalty. Now I'm careful on loyal friends. So if you're offering loyalty, you bring a whole lot to the table. Then people who are passing around here with BB portfolio and fake. It don't count to me. So with that being said, I think these are some of the issues that we face as women. We're not able to just love on each other, come together and just be genuine, relax, have fun. Rather, when we come together, we start forming cliques, all the doctors on one line. See it there, what I mean, we get that. We're stay at home, mom. We lie, we sit at home. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All righty.
If I may add real quickly,
Go ahead.
If I may add something I'm learning, I'm friends with Sis Glenda. I'm friends with you, Nay. I'm learning that if Nay is not friends with Sis Glenda, Nay business is not a Sis Glenda's business.
Thank you.
You know, to learn to say, hey, you know, you're not friend. You're not my friend.
Yep.
Your friend business is not your other friend's business.
And even if it show up in conversation, shoot it down.
Please.
If Glenda was saying conversation, she say, oh, and she's talking about Gia in a context that's not positive. Oh, you know Gia? You not hear about what Gia going through? Hey, say Glenda, focus. We're not talking about Gia. Concerning the driver, we're discussing matter, we'll discuss driver. Focus here. Redirect the conversation back to what you were talking about. Or tell us I'm not comfortable discussing Gia with you. Because you and Gia, you're having an issue. And she's my friend. Will you want me to, I'm going to ask people, will you want me to discuss you with the other person? They're going to say no. Okay, then we're not talking a person with you. Because if you want the person G's, I don't mind because I'm taking yours to carry with me. If you want no, me, you want your own to go. And most often they don't want their business to go. So we're not discussing. As simple as that. Just ask them, would you want me to discuss you with the other person? Why would you do that? Exactly why I'm not discussing that person with you. Can we move on to other things? And if they're your friend, they will respect that. If they're also not your friend, right now I'm going to say, you know what, every time they bring the person in or you want to, let's stay, man, or your bestie. Okay, I'm my bestie, friendship cut. But I move on to the next. We need to learn to distance ourselves from these negative things. I know sometimes we can find a random excuse to say, oh, we've been friends for 40 years. My dear, marriage can go 40 years, cut in half. Friendship can also cut.
Yes.
Right.
So Dr. Superwood is here. She's saying, Dada is saying, women feel insecure about each other all the time, hence all our small wahala, which is true.
There you go.
If we're all on the same level, like Nay was saying, she made a good point. We're in a friendship. Okay, if you have other extra curriculum or you have other extra titles, that's important. Like people will always say, people don't even know the extent to where I am as a nurse. That's not their business.
Thank you.
Care. I'm not friends with you because I have this or I work in this. No, I'm not there. So sometimes I think if we're simplistic in our friendship, it makes it so much easier because I can just go like this, go weekend. I'm going to Sharon to take us out to eat. Sharon got my room is there. I go and sleep and then I come home. But sometimes it's like you go and you're not comfortable and you're making it seem like it's impossible. And this is the thing. If you really, and I think if we really are considerate in friendship, then whether I'm friends with JR or not, if Nate invites me to go to JR stuff, I'm gonna go. That's Nate's friend. But that problem is almost like we are so fixated on the division in friendship. I'm only friends with you. I'm not friends with you. And the other, yes, the title is for your job site. Thank you. It's completely and they talk about that, but it's a lot of it we're seeing as sometimes people are even uncomfortable associating with other people because of titles.
There you go.
That's true.
People are becoming so
intimidate you with a title.
Yes. Yes, so it's like it's becoming very difficult to have an open and free and fair relationship. But let's go directly into sisterhood. We'll talk a little bit about friendship, and we can make friendship so much easier. If you have a friend who like many friends, that got nothing to do with you. When
can network, use that friend to network, make other friends.
That's it. But it's like we miss them out. Let's talk. I want us to talk a little bit about sisterhood, and it's like we preach it. We preach sisterhood. We talk about sisterhood. We say we're in sisterhood, but we're not living. We're not living in a sisterhood. Because this is the thing. If I'm in a sisterhood, and I should be okay with the fact that Nay is in this sisterhood with me, in that other sisterhood. If Nay wants to do something, I should be fine with it. I shouldn't have a problem. A sisterhood should not be a property. I'm not your property. I'm not your property. You don't own me. I'm in a sisterhood with you. I'm in a group with you. I'm in so many groups. And my friends know me. I always started like Cheryl would say, don't put me in no damn group again. They're your group business. That's enough. She'll tell you straight up. What kind of other group in our army too? And she doesn't have a problem with that. I can be whatever 100 group. She won't join, she join it. She won't join it, she doesn't join it.
Because she's secure in her friendship with you.
That's the problem. We want to be in sisterhood, but we're not secure. We're immature, wanting to be in sisterhood and not able to respect the boundaries and to respect that I can be my own person. I can be in a sisterhood. I can be in 10 other sisterhood or 10 other group. I respect you. I respect the relationship. I'm not jealous of your sisterhood. So I'm okay with that. And that's the thing. That's what people see. We have so many sisterhoods around that's not going anywhere. We're doing the same circle over and over that you get to the place where you want people to come and join you for a small group. And everybody say, I'm coming over there. Oh, they're women here. It can't work. Oh, there's that because we're not humble. The humility, we've lost it. So we have to get to the place where if we want to be in sisterhood, then it means that when you take the vow of sisterhood, I must be able to go to JR and say, you've done this to me. We cannot be in a sisterhood and we're keeping speech. We cannot be in a sisterhood and you know Adani has done me something and I'm not able to go to Adani and tell her and say, you've done me this or you've done me that. If you're truly in a sisterhood, then there should be no boundaries for you being able to tell that sister if she's done wrong to you. The right to keep on the sisterhood is that this is something that has bothered me the last 2-3 weeks or so. It's been on my mind about it. But it's like, and one of the things that even discouraged me is I just wanted to start a Liberian group with Liberian women because I watched a group of women from East African countries, over 1,000 of them. They had this thing with May, what's a woman named May Uduchi from Nigeria. Those women were dressed nicely. I watched it. They sat down, they talked, they cried on each other, they learned from each other. It's been difficult to do it in a Liberian community because we're not humble. And we're not respectful of the boundaries. We're not respectful of the fact that they can have 50 friends. See, there are people that they're friends with that are not my friends. But it has nothing to do with my relationship with Nate. I can't want to be in a sister. I can't be saying that I'm in a sisterhood and I'm not supportive of my sister. We need to stop pretending. We need to stop building groups and not building people. We're just building groups, so we're not building people. We're not able to live up to the standard of a sisterhood, that we're not even able to face the fact. And we have so many groups around that do that. If I am your sister, then there should be nothing that would stop me from talking to you when you do wrong. We gotta be
in the sisterhood. What is sisterhood will work there?
There you go. I was about to. There you go. There you go. So
that clicks in the sisterhood.
There you go.
Your phone are friendly. Everybody can see the group. I just know who work.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I like this point here. Let me just read one or two of this point, and I'll take, and then somebody can continue. Francis is saying many people allow pride to interfere with progress. Exactly. Humility. Then Dada is saying the word is not humble, and she's right. It's insecure, competitive for no reason, envious and jealous. When you're coming to sisterhood, you're leaving your baggages behind. I must come into this space and trust this space to empty into this space where I know this space is going to support me. I can't come into a space and say I want an intimate sisterhood space, and then I find out that you're not intimate to me. You're intimate because you want me, but you're not intimate to me. Okay, somebody take it.
Also come from a place where people are just jealous of other people. Bottom line, jealous. I know we play around with people words there, but the simple word.
What it is.
It's jealousy. Let's call it what it is, jealousy. Because everybody carry different grace. So people you should be learning from, stop making them your competition. Simple. Jesus. People you should be learning from, stop making them your competition. Everybody got their own expertise. For example, I know how to bake shortbread. I met Chef Adani tonight. I can inbox her after the program and say, sister, please, you can hook me on with a recipe. That's how we network. That's how we learn. So there are some things I may have monopoly over. You can say, excuse me, ma, I do something. I see you good at it. I need to tap into that. That is what sisterhood should be. Rather, somebody will not even know you. They've never met you. Maybe they just saw you yelling on Facebook, talking crazy like the way I do make my colloquial videos. And they assume automatically they won't can follow up too much to do right a little bit. They've never met you. They don't know you. They just wrong with that. So they start to collect ame or people to say, the name, with the name. I don't like that one. She too much. Who that name? Oh, I don't like that one. She too much. She all over the place. They've never met you. They just naturally just jump the gun. That's jealousy. Because you've never met this person, you never interacted with them. I've met people who have talked crap about me, never met me. Me and them meet, we become best friends later on. So that my husband can say, how you do it? I say, I'm never mad because they don't know me. I've had people call me and say, oh, I'm calling you because I see somebody comment on your post on Facebook. But that person have been talking bad about you, oh, ma. And I tell that person, I laugh and say, you sure? They say, yeah. I say, it's okay, they don't know me. Now they're about to get to see maybe a portion of me. Let them stay there and talk. Maybe when they get to know me, they will learn better. And obviously, when we go in front, after a while, they see what's going to say, oh, sis, I admire you. I like the way you are authentic, the way you don't sugar up. That's in person. Sometimes we need to get to know people. Again, insecurity and jealousy. Because if you are secure in your let's zing round, that's why again I say in America, the friendship different here. Because growing up in Liberia, you can be living in zero. I went to convent. And I don't know about other people who went to big schools. But we will sit in class. We sat in class with some of the best of the best. You sat in class with Minister Cherry. Some people live in zero. Some people live in fence. Some people got brought into school. Some all walk to school. Some people tested brothers. Some people stood on the road. They Effie, Oro, Matadi. We did all of that. But we all sat in the same class and we were friends. Nobody cared for what your mom was telling you. Nobody cared for how your school fee was paid. We walk green and wet. We sat in class. We missed your own teacher equally. We survived it. We walked out of those schools. You come, you relocate to America, and then you gotta be thinking, I wanna say hi. Or you make some friends that start to want to detect on which other friends you should make. But yeah, please, as an adult, I can pay my own rent, my own ear. You can't tell me what to do. Because
Now
I'm
you said
lazy.
some people say yes.
No, I mean, I said some people like to detect. Because when you make friends with them,
No, I like the part you said.
No,
No, I
she
like
said,
the part you said.
oro,
Some people keep
matari,
it
matari.
yeah, because we all came from different walks of life, man. Some people keep from Zira or Oro. Some people live Matadi because time to go home. Some people can't pick them up. You out there, you can say, friend.
People live in the fence. Some people live outside the fence.
All right.
Yes.
We're almost been here 2 hours. Adani, anything to add about Scooby Doo? Anything to add about Sisterhood, Adani and Jaya, Sisterhood? Jaya, don't get stuck in your Sisterhood.
My connection is really okay.
No, so last Sunday, my brother came in to take me out for my birthday. So we got to this restaurant and I saw like close to 40 plus women all dressed up in this t-shirt. You know, they call themselves Integrity of Sisterhood. So I saw them and I saw one of our Liberian sister amongst them, and I was like, "Is this a sisterhood group?" She said, "Yes." So they had Nigerians, people from Cameroon, you know, different country, and they were like, I was like, "How long you guys been in assistant?" The lady said, 4 years. I'm like, 4 years? She said, "Yeah." She said, and I said, "You guys have all these members within this short time?" She said, "Yes." And I said, "What did you guys do, you know, to be able to keep all these people together all these years?" She said, "One thing, our president, the lady that is our head, one thing she wouldn't entertain is gossip, backstabbing, you know, just people being fake, drama." She said, "We've had more people than what you see here. But as you come with your mess, we cut you off."
Yeah, we shame the devil.
And one thing she said we have learned in our group is like, we're all in a group. We came in a group to be, you know, we're in a sisterhood. So you shouldn't have Sis Glennon as your bestie that you would call and talk about another sister that is in the sisterhood. She said that's one thing we stop. And she said, with us doing that, hanging out and just being honest, we come together and like, we notice people have problems, we'll talk about it amongst ourselves, you know, like we're not going inside. You're not calling Nay to say, "Hey, Nay, you saw what Glenda did to me." She said, "We talk and we do not entertain gossip." She said, the lady, it was the president, she's from Cameroon. She said, "I don't play with that." She said, "Because you don't know my story. Well, you know, for me to form this group, I came from bad sisterhood, friendships. And I believe," she said to me, she said, "Now I'm learning to be honest, be transparent, and just keep it as it is." And so these women, you can't call me your leader and then I mean all kinds of mess. I call one member, I say this, I call this other member. She said that's what has been working for us over the year. Beautiful. I said, "Oh, I would like to join this group. But in our community, like, oh, you can't be in Sis Glenda group, you can't be in their group. Oh, that you carrying news here." You know, we don't know how to just...
I have do group name because I eat one.
Yes. All right. Anything you want to add, Adani? If not, we can go to the food section. Adani internet. Yeah.
No, she's there. She's there.
I'm sorry, y'all. My internet connection is...
Yeah, so we want to
I'm having issues with my internet connection. So what did I miss?
No, if you wanted to add anything to the sisterhood conversation. If not, we can move on to
I think we'll just go back to the friendship and sisterhood. I'm interested in a well-balanced relationship and friendship. That's what I'm interested in when it comes to sisterhood. Well-balanced friendship.
Yeah. Everybody needs that. So let's talk about I've always wanted to talk about this, and I know Adani is healthy. She's about healthy eating, healthy everything. There is something that women have in common what can you tell us tonight? What can we do to do away with the pouch? Everybody, it's like when you look, the big stomach in the front. We all, it's like sometimes I go to places like I don't wear spandex, I don't wear girdle, I don't wear that. And even I have some, but sometimes you go to places and if you look around, even with the spandex and the things that women have on, they still have that big stomach in front.
Yep.
The waistband?
Yes, the waistband.
What?
The waistband.
What you call it?
They call it the waistband. You know, bro, I mean, like, bro, we used to put our lip bag right here. And
Yes.
put the market women, they can put their money inside the waistband.
I'm weak.
But I think, and I don't think people are making any effort to do something about it. And it's like it's everywhere. I don't know if it's because we have children, no children, but then you see some people, some women, like the three of you here, I don't think y'all ain't got it. But it's like
Now
anything. Adani
I
said
got my
yeah,
lip out, your
They
man.
right there.
So Adani talk to us about food, the choices of food. What can we do? Go ahead, man. I be exercise.
No, I can help you out. That exercise. That you close your mouth. That it's simple.
That part.
Huh?
Adani, can you hear me? Is she frozen?
I can be talking about Atani before Atani come back. Close your mouth. You want ways to get rid of waste? Close your mouth.
Okay.
Walk a lot.
Talk,
Okay, see back. Man, you went to school. You said the person that close your mouth, man.
Go ahead, Danny.
They didn't put this.
Danny's frozen. No, but on a serious note, I really want us to pay attention to that pouch. Go ahead. Are you there?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh,
okay.
We can hear you.
What I would say is not as simple as you might think. It could be visceral fat. It could be fibroids. It could be, and I'm not a doctor, so nobody should come for me. I'm just saying from just, having my group chat and just doing research on that area. It could just be you have a lot of backup booty, meaning you got SHIT in there that needs to come out. So it could be a plethora of things. But what I would say is what I do is every month you have to do some type of detox. So first thing you just have to, when you go to do your physical, you need to find out from your doctor what's your hormone type. Your hormone type is actually going to give you an insight to what food you can eat that's good for you and what food you cannot eat that's not good for you.
I'm talking about
everything got to pass through here. Everything got passed through here. But detoxing is the most important thing. You have to detox no matter what. Like somebody just posted intermittent fast. You can do that too. Intermittent fast is just if you ate at 8 p.m. last night, don't eat until that's what I do. I started doing it recently. I never used to do that. But if I stop eating at 8 p.m., I won't eat until 12 midday. But in that period of time, I'm not starving myself. I'm juicing. I'm drinking water. I'm staying hydrated. Because that can also stimulate mood.
Yeah. I think Adani is
Am I still
frozen?
Yeah, you frozen again.
Yeah, you're
So I think Adani, I can say for a fact that even though I'm not consistent, but last year I was actually doing the intermittent fasting, and I was doing it. I would only I wouldn't eat after 7 p.m. and I was walking a little bit every day. And I can say I lost 18 pounds within 3 months. But I finish gaining all back because I forget about it. But the intermittent fasting does work because they have increments of time. You can do 8 hours,
So
or you're in and out.
And as far as
oh, the internet. Maybe can you try going out and coming back in, Adani?
Healthy for me,
try going out and coming back in.
I think she's much better now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. You're muted. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. So I think you frozen. If you want to go back in and come back out.
Okay, I just unmuted.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we lost her. So but on a serious note, we really need to be conscious of that gut fat. Like she said, listen,
no, but I think one of the things too we don't take into consideration is that some people got high metabolism.
Yeah.
Some people body can really burn fat.
Yeah.
And we say in the labyrinth, we say some people step up and step down working. For those from
Liberia,
we understand that step up, step down, because in Liberia with the current fluctuation, you need to buy a small thing from Runner Street. So when you cut the current, you plug the generator, your TV can blow. That is step down when you're working.
But
some of us got step up, step down. We can go GB 2 a.m. We eat it. We will not have heartburn. We will not have anything. We're good. We're fine. Other people try it. Like in the hustle that I live in, me and Bing can eat a GB 2 o'clock. Bing when I sleep the whole night, the food will sit here. I don't care what he drink, how he drink, it's not going to work. Every year when coming to my birthday, I can put myself on diet. So for the past 2 months, I have this big cup. I follow it with water. I put chai seeds in it. I put apple cider vinegar 2 tops in it. And that's what I take with me to work for lunch. That's the water I would drink all day. When I can't say something, I eat my head beans, head about tawagi. I drink one warm cup of water or tea or and later I'm good. That has worked. Some people try that same method where I gave it, their parts will grow bigger and they will get fatter. Some people can drink clear water and gain weight. The reason is your metabolism. So you have to understand that first before you want to compete and compare and follow diet of other people. Because some people can get on fruit diet and lose 20, 30 pounds. I've seen it. Other people get on that same fruit diet. They can't lose it. The labyrinth food also don't help the situation. It's rich and it's juicy. And most of all, we are on seafood diet. Seafood diet meaning as you see you did welcome.
Let's go to
the woman she back now. She will get experience.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Go ahead. Let's talk about our food and our diet. We gotta work on these pouches. We gotta work on this. They call it waist bag. We don't want waist bag coming in 2026. We want all shorter handbag, not waist bag.
No, they get laptop too. They get laptop.
Not a laptop.
Get side piece. They get side piece that the one I can count inside. Right. Laptop that the God that can sit in the lap. Then waist bag that the lay pouch that just beneath the nail.
Adani, please.
All right. So as I was saying, with the fat or with the pouch, it could be a plethora of things. Like for me, I can share my personal story. I discovered I have fibroids, and fibroids, if it's sitting over there, it can cause you to have a pouch. So that could be somebody's story, and they can work out all day long, and that's not going to go away if they don't take care of the fibroids. Like I also the really really bad one is the visceral fat, which is the bad fat. And that one is exercise. Is, you got to burn it. You got to burn it. You got to do all the things that require sit-ups, or find a workout that complements that area that you're comfortable with. Because I don't, most of the time I don't do like laying down sit-ups. I can do stand-up sit-ups. I can do wall sit-ups. So it just depends on your body. And then your health is your wealth. And just to plug it in, I have a WhatsApp group called Harmony Feel Well. And it's mostly women. I hope guys can join, but every day we motivate each other because if you change up here, everything else can follow.
There you go.
So most of the time I put in the group chat, about the mental part of losing weight, how you want to see yourself, where you want to see yourself, and don't beat yourself up if you get off the wagon, get right back on. So we do that for each other. We inspire each other. We praise each other. We encourage each other to get back on. So it's just basically yeah, just go first. I would just recommend go to your doctor first and see what's going on there. And once you get that information, then you can know how to handle it. It could, like she said, it could just be drinking chia seeds, and because chia seeds has a when it's mixed with water, it's kind of like flax seeds. It will help you flush out
Thank you.
anything that
Detox.
yeah. And there's a lot of things. Aqua Grumpy can do the same thing. If you like Aqua Grumpy, what else?
I got grumpy get different knee. I got the my
Tiger nut.
When
Tiger
you
nut.
want order it from Amazon, you gotta call it tiger nuts.
Tiger nut.
Tiger
Tiger nuts can do the same thing. You can
All right.
blend it and drink the water, and that will detox you. Moringa seeds. Don't play with moringa seeds. If you really want to go, 5 pods of moringa seeds will take you there.
Okay.
So there's a lot more.
So we just want to end. We want to go into our last topic now. We couldn't get the fun part, but I'm sure while we've had the show, we've had a lot of fun talking and laughing. So what we want to talk about now is the tendencies, the behaviors. We want to end this segment with who we are, the Gemini people. Want you to get to know us. When you know us, we are genuine people. We love genuinely. We love deeply. We love sincerely. Gemini people, I find them to be the most patient people when it comes to friendship and relationships. So as we come, we want to say we're not done yet. We're coming to the close of the podcast. And it's been amazing talking to my fellow Gemini women here. We've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about family. We've talked about friendship. We've talked about sisterhood. We talk about food. What it's important to work on your diet. Did I also talk about in the feed? She talked about your metabolism. Nate talked about that. Adani has encouraged us. Go start from your doctor. Get to know what hormone type you are, so you know whether you have a high metabolism or low metabolism. Don't see Nate. You and Nate go sit down somewhere to eat. Nate cooking plenty of food. You go to Nate house. They will have a big spread. They will give you cocktail. Glenda will just go there. She will drink all the cocktails she can drink and eat heavy. You sit there, you follow Nate. When you get home now, you can rest. While Nate sleeping, and you follow behind her. So learn your body, learn the mechanisms in your body so that you can do better. But I am on a mission about this pouch, this waist bag. And now follow with me to 2026. Let's talk about the Gemini. Jaya, you want to go talk about Gemini? Talk about who are you as a Gemini woman? And that's how we'll go through with everybody. And then we'll come to the end of this show. But we've had fun. Jaya, tell us.
Okay.
You're Gemini.
I'm a Gemini woman. I have like 3 sides. So I have the quiet and sweet. I have the fun and crazy. And then I have the side you don't want to see. That side come out when you provoke me. And when I feel provoked. Because you don't get to tell me how to react. Okay? You don't get to tell me how to feel. You're going to talk to me. And when that side come out, when I'm around you, annoy. Because I don't know how to pretend.
Mm-hmm.
I will see you like I didn't see you.
Mm-hmm.
I will love you when it's time to love you. I will have fun with you when it's time to have fun with you. But when you cross that line to where I feel like you being disrespectful, to where I feel like you want to tell me how to walk, how to drink, when that side come out, then that time my knee can go now. She not, you see her though? She not cool. By that time, I don't even care. By that time, I don't even care. And then you start attaching it, or you know, Gemini people are crazy. Well, Gemini folks are not crazy. I mean, we live our lives on principle. Treat me the way you want to be treated.
Exactly.
But if you think like you want to talk to me any kind of way, you want to do anything, then when the crazy side is the part you don't want to see, because that crazy side can't stop. Because when it can go for, I mean, how long Trump will be in office? 4 years? It will pass the time, and the next person will come in, will carry on. But as I get older, those things don't faze me anymore.
Yes. Adani?
Again, my connection went out. What was the question, or what was the
Gemini
statement?
woman? We are closing now. You're Gemini. What are some of your tendencies? What are some of your behavior? What is it that people misinterpret about you and don't understand about you? Because everybody say, oh no, Gemini people, they are two-faced. They 1 minute they hot, 1 minute they cold, they're not good friend, and not blah blah blah, all kind of stuff. Talk about it. Talk about you, a Gemini woman.
I think I'm unapologetically me. Like I say it. I think living in the society that we live in, we have to think more before we speak. So, but I tend to lose that cool. I tend to say exactly how I feel, and it can come across as aggressive. It can come across as I don't care, but authentically me, I'm saying how I feel. So yeah, we are lovers. We don't take, it don't take much for us to, well, it does take us to get to progress to where we will be like, forget about you. But we do have that patience of getting there. That we can wait a long time though. But when we get there, then you will know that we're there.
Yeah.
And as far as Adani, the individual, I have this word in my bathroom. Kind. I'm a kind Gemini. That's how I was sum it off.
Thank you. Let me do mine, and they will sum it up for us and end the show for us. I'm a true Gemini woman. I'm the truest form of Gemini there is. I will love you. I will do anything for you. I will treat you even better than me as a Gemini woman. People think that I'm not patient. I'm extremely patient. I take a lot of things, but the minute, and sometimes it will be the most insignificant thing that you will do to me that will just cross the line. Doesn't have to be big, because I would have taken and taken and taken from you, and then you will do the simplest thing, and that will be it. When I cut you, I have a saying: when I put you in my Gemini corner, we're done. You go up, you come down, we may reconnect, but we're not going to be on the same level anymore because you've crossed the line. And that is because I've been patient, I've been tolerant, I've taken abuses, I've taken whatever you wanted me to do, I've done it. But once you cross that line as a Gemini, people don't understand. Gemini people, when they love you, they love you. They will get their hearts out to you. But oftentimes we are mistreated, we are misinterpreted because we're twins, because we have that twin sign. And so they say, oh, they get two sides. No, some people have never experienced both sides from me. They've only experienced love because they've entered my space. They've recognized that it is my space. They've respected my space and respected me. And so in return, they've gotten everything good. But if you cross a Gemini, you've crossed that line. And then they said something the other day on my birthday that I love. Two things I love the most: being a Liberian and being a Gemini woman. Can't take that from me. Because when you cross me, I will cross you. Too bad. Nay, take it over and close us tonight.
I think for me, the whole Gemini thing, first of all, I have the face that can tell people not to cross me. I don't think I gotta say much. I got that face. You know that face where you FAFO. You know not to count. Yeah. Like you know not to count. Don't do that. It's an FAFO face. But I think I just gave off that personality that people see. I'm friendly. I'm also in a place where I don't play that. Like I've been there, done that, seen that, and I've dusted a lot of things off. So I'm in a place where I don't, and every time I say as an adult, I'm not gonna tolerate certain things. So as a person, as a Gemini woman, if you want to come and be nice, my dear, we will be nice here. We enjoy ourselves. If you also want to come and bring resistance, we bring the country that will also have to perform for you. With no fear of failure, we'll bring us out to dance. Only ready and prepared. I can be, as I said to somebody one time, I say, my CN that can smell nice, it can also smell nasty. It just depends on which side of the fence you lay. I'm kind, I'm sweet, I will love you, I go hard for people, everybody that I'm a friend. First of all, when I connect with you, I'm not connecting with you because of what you have. So if you even think for a second that the reason I'm connecting with you, I'll cut you off. I'm connecting with you because I like your energy, I love your personality, I love you for you. Nothing you get attracted to me or it's attracted not the house you live in, it's not the car you're driving, it's not your title, because all of that when you die tomorrow going in the grave with you, don't come to me. So I don't care for what you have. With that being said, I love hard. Everybody who know me knows it. The first thing they say, nay, I could say, it's not that. I love peace and I love laughter. I love love. I love laughter. I love to laugh. I love to be happy. It don't take much to make me happy. I can make myself happy. I don't count on other people to make me happy. I can get one glass of wine. I would drink that wine, sip on that glass. You would think, say, that's a breakfast that wine that I'm drinking. I pay myself. I'm content in my house. As I say, all the day, walk up on the letter, she all day, also. But yeah, I also because I can get $20 also. I can go to Burger King, but I'm on one burger one, but she snap. You will say, what was she eating again? You will have to zoom to all of it. I found another burger that I will eat it to do all the more. But I know how to be happy. And I think as not just Gemini people, but as women, that's something we don't know how to do. We don't know how to rest. We don't know how to relax. We don't know how to be happy. We're always going and going.
We're always on the go.
Else except ourselves. Before I close, I will give this example. I remember I will wake up in the morning on the weekends as a good wife, Liberian wife now. I wake up, I clean out the house, I cooking.
Is that Liberian wife?
As a good Liberian wife. In the middle of my Como, I will jump up. I get on in the morning. I jump over the people's song, and I run downstairs. I face fluffing pillows. I clean all the room. I vacuum inside the morning now. I do it to wash. So, and when I do that, when anybody comes downstairs and take anything and put it on a place, and that's more confusion. But that time I used to
yes.
So one morning, I tried to jump out to go downstairs. My husband said, "Ma," I said, "Yes." Where you going? I said, "I'm going clean out there and make breakfast." He said, "I'm hungry." I said, "No, it's not that. You know, I'm hungry." He said, "Listen, you don't live with your man no more. Listen, I never asked you to be getting to be going cookie. Then breakfast you can feel what time we can eat it. And at 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11, I said, yeah. He said, you can't think for a second that we want it hot. Rest your body, ma. These are the things you can do, then you get upset. Nobody say you. I'm saying this to say most times we set ourselves.
Yep.
Rest your body. I want to close with this. Women, rest your body. Rest yourself. Sit down, put your foot up, drink a glass of wine, and take a break. That's what the men do, and we get upset. But as women, let's learn to nobody keeping us on the go. If you feel like cooking, don't cook. That day that we eat pizza, that we eat pizza. It's okay. You're not mother of the year championship, not going to you. They don't share awards. Relax. Rest yourself. On that note, I want to say thank you for having me. And I take some of my time. When I papa bear today, I move to anyone of y'all. I know say they put me outside.
So, folks, we want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. This is our second year doing this. Gemini Takeover. We come here every year. We celebrate our life. We celebrate the fact that we are Gemini women. We understand each other. We know what corners we're coming from. Listen, we had an amazing 2 hours here. Thank you to Jaya. Thank you to Nate. Thank you to Chef Adani. We've learned a lot. We hope that you all have had a beautiful time. And let me tell you, there is only one best horoscope. And that's what?
Gemini. Right.
See ya.
We are the best.
We are the best.
Everything